Okay, let's talk about the future of your career. The professional world is changing so fast, and honestly, 2026 is going to be a massive turning point. The old rules, they're pretty much out the window. To really succeed, you're going to need a whole new playbook. So let's dive right in. So, I want to start with a huge question. We're in a world where AI is everywhere, right? It's automating tasks, it's helping us make complex decisions, it's a co-pilot for almost everything. And that creates this really interesting paradox. When smart technology is all around us, what's the one thing that truly makes you stand out? What's your single greatest professional asset? You guessed it, it's your humanity. Seriously, as technology gets faster and smarter, it's our most human qualities, empathy, how we communicate, our ability to build real trust. Those things become our most valuable professional assets. A machine can be efficient, sure, but only people can create a culture, motivate a team, and spark real innovation. And this brings us right to our first section, the new professional landscape. The old playbooks that told us how to have a successful career for, decades, they're just not working anymore. The whole game has changed, and that means we, the players, have to change too. Think about it. It used to be that if you were really, really good at the technical side of your job, you were set. But now, in 2026, being technically skilled is just the ticket to the game. It's the bare minimum. The real challenge, the thing that will make you stand out, is what you bring to the table besides those technical skills, especially when AI is changing what our jobs even look like. This slide right here just lays it all out. We're making a huge shift. We're moving away from a world that was obsessed with technical proficiency to one that demands strategic agility. It's not about your job title anymore. It's about your influence across a network. Being an expert in just one little silo? Nope. That's being replaced by collaborative intelligence. And instead of just reacting to problems, the winners are the ones proactively looking for new opportunities. And look, this change is happening incredibly fast. This is not some distant future we're talking about. Just look at these numbers. 92% of companies are planning to pour more money into AI. And get this, by 2026, a massive 75% of organizations will have AI fully up and running in their day-to-day operations. So, yeah, this isn't just a trend, it's a total transformation. This quote just perfectly sums up the whole idea, doesn't it? As the tech gets everywhere, our human skills don't just stay relevant, they become absolutely critical. This is the new reality. So the big question is, what does the playbook for winning in this new world actually look like? All right, let's move into our second section and see how this all connects. We're going to start with the first of our two playbooks, and this one is all about you as an individual. It's about building your personal brand. I absolutely love this quote from Jeff Bezos because it just nails it. Your personal brand isn't some slick logo or a catchy tagline you put on LinkedIn. It's your reputation. It's literally the story people tell about you, your skills, your value, your character, when you're not even there to hear it. So why is this so important right now? Well, think of your personal brand as a kind of master key. It has the power to open doors to jobs, to projects, to cool collaborations that you might not even know exist. In a super crowded market, a strong personal brand helps the right opportunities find you, instead of you getting lost in all the noise. So how do you actually build it? Here's a super simple 4-step playbook. First, you've got to define your unique value. Like, what problem do you solve better than anyone else? Second, you have to audit your presence online. And I'm serious, Google yourself. Does what you see match the story you want to tell? Third, create and share stuff that shows off your perspective. And fourth, network with a purpose. It's about building real relationships by being helpful, not just hoarding contacts. And as you're doing all this, you want to focus on these traits right here. Authenticity is huge because it cuts through all the fake stuff online. Consistency builds trust. Expertise proves you know your stuff. But check out the last 3: empathy, adaptability, and effective communication. These are those human-centric skills that will make a personal brand truly powerful in 2026. And that leads us perfectly into our third section and our second playbook. Because all these changes aren't just affecting how we work as individuals, they're totally flipping the script on how we lead. This is what it's all about for leaders in the AI era: human-centered leadership. And don't get it twisted, this is incredibly urgent. Gartner's research found that developing better leaders and managers is the absolute #1 priority for HR teams heading into 2026. This isn't just a nice-to-have thing. Companies see it as essential for survival as they deal with burnout, constant change, and huge skill gaps. So where's the biggest disconnect? It's all about trust.
This stat from IMD is, wow, it's pretty staggering. Only 1 out of every 10 employees actually feels like their feedback leads to any real action. That huge gap between listening and acting is what kills engagement and destroys a healthy company culture. And that's a problem that technology by itself just can't fix. So, what's the solution to this trust gap? It's a concept called psychological safety. It basically means creating a space where people feel safe enough to be, well, human, where they can pitch a crazy idea, admit they made a mistake, or question a decision without being afraid they'll get in trouble. This, right here, is the bedrock of any innovative, high-performing team. So the modern leader's job is way less about command and control and way more about creating the right kind of environment. It's about building empathy and trust, developing people through coaching, and making sure everyone feels included when you communicate. It's about being able to rally people together and guide them through the messy, uncertain parts of rapid change. When you boil it all down, it's a massive mindset shift. A leader is no longer the person controlling everything. They're the main collaborator. You move from being a manager who just assigns tasks to being a coach who actually develops people. That's the core of human-centered leadership. All right, this brings us to our final section, where we're going to tie both of these playbooks together. Because the future of work isn't about choosing technology or people. It's about making them work together, beautifully. And that future is, without a doubt, human. When you really look at it, you'll see that our two playbooks, personal branding for you and human-centered leadership for leaders, are really just two sides of the exact same coin. They're both about using authentic human connection to create professional value. One is about showing your human value to the world, and the other is about growing that human value inside your team. And that brings us to the single most important takeaway from all of this. In this new world of work, technology, no matter how cool or advanced it gets, is just the tool. People are the whole point. Our success isn't going to be about the tools we have, but about how well we empower the people who use them. So I'll just leave you with this one last thought. Your personal brand, your leadership style, your impact, your entire career story is being written right now, every single day. The only real question is, are you the one holding the pen? Thanks for tuning in.